So you've been live streaming, you've been doing all this other stuff to help reach your members. Now, let's actually look at this for what it is. We've talked about it before. You live streaming on all these platforms is nice to have for your members and the people who are still not feeling comfortable with coming back to the building. Let's actually step it up a notch and let's use this to the full potential of what we can do. In this video, we're going to be talking about the roadmap for your media ministry to reach well beyond the people who are staying at home, but to truly reach beyond the four walls of your building and reach for more by first setting a goal to get to 1,000 subscribers. So let's go. Hey folks, AJ the CEO here. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, thanks for stopping by. And on this channel, we focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you like what we're doing here, consider becoming a patron or a YouTube member by clicking one of the links down below. So folks, it's great that we're on Facebook, we're doing Zoom, we're doing YouTube, all this other stuff. But again, the majority of ministries that I deal with, they're only using that to reach their members. And very few are really trying to embrace reaching so many. Think about it for a second. If your ministry only has 150 people who are attending, that's a waste of potential if you are only catering these technology enhancements only for those members. So a worst case scenario, your impact of the billions of people that are online, you're settling for a maximum of 150 if everybody subscribed to your channel, did a like or whatever. But if they're in the building, who's watching that stuff? The idea is we need to, hey, it was great that we've embraced this stuff, but we need to actually step it up a notch. There, again, we're getting ready to hit 50,000 subscribers. I never dreamed of it being that way, but my mind has been opened to the potential of sharing what this can be done. This channel started by honestly just me documenting the training stuff I was doing for my media ministry because I didn't want to repeat myself. And then look what we've done. And if little old me can impact 50,000 people just doing education on media ministry, what potential can each one of your ministries do? And the only reason why the potential has not been accomplished is because first, we haven't recognized the potential for it. And we honestly haven't set a goal to try and do something. So that's what this is about, is for hopefully encourage y'all to set a goal for your media ministry to get to 1,000 subscribers. Now, why do I pick 1,000? Because most ministries don't have 1,000 people who are attending it. The whole goal is to impact and reach and do something, just like on my channel, do something to where 1,000 unique individuals are saying, you know what, I got something out of this channel that I want to subscribe to it. That means that you've impacted them enough that they want you to be on the first list of stuff being recommended to them, because what is being produced, what is being captured, whatever type of content that is coming out of your ministry, they want to see it when it comes out. So again, how do we do this? Let's go back to the basics. This revisits what we talked about from your media ministry and standpoint, from your leaders to your, well, let me stop. This is not all 100% responsibility of the media ministry. If no one else is helping you, can you do it by yourself? Yes. But ideally, this is not meant only for the media ministry. This is a collaborative effort. How do we do that? First, you need to engage the people in the house. You need to first ask them and instruct them and request that they like, they subscribe, they follow, they do anything like that. Because if you can't get anybody inside the house doing that, why in the world would anybody else want to do it? You know, I easily say, and I've done this on a script suggested for ministers on how to, pastors or whoever, to reach out to the people and have that lingo of speaking to your online congregation and not to the house, to ask them, like I always do. I ask you, if you like this type of content, to hit a like. If you like the type of content we're doing, hit subscribe, hit follow, so you can come along and then and also turn the bell notification on. That way you can be notified when we have other content coming out of this ministry. That's very easy to do, but most people don't do it. So again, pastors, please get in the habit of doing that. We used to turn it into a game. At the end of service, be like, hey, folks, before we step out of here, before we do the benediction, pull out your phone. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you have not liked the page, go ahead and like it. If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like it. If you haven't turned on your notifications, turn it on. There's nothing the matter with asking for that. All right. That's one of the things I think you should do, because again, we talked about it. The way the algorithm works on all of these platforms is the more people like your stuff, the algorithm analyzes those people and recommends your videos, your content, to people that are like the people who liked your stuff. So the more people, if you have 50 people in your ministry who are liking your content every single week, that tells the algorithm, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, hey, sample these 50 people, find other people just like them who like the pages they like the videos they like this, have similar characteristics to these people, and your video is put in front of them. You're using the algorithm to be your evangelist and your missionary and send your content out to other people. But you can't do that if you can't even get the people in the house to take out their phone, take 3 seconds to like, subscribe, or hit the bell notification. At minimum, you should set a goal before we get to the 1,000, whatever the amount of people that are in your ministry, target to get 90 to 95% of them, if not 100%, to crank your numbers up. So if you're on YouTube, you have 150 people in your ministry, the goal, immediate goal, is to get to 150 minimum, or whatever your number is. Get to that, because that's a proof of concept. That's a confidence builder for you. And then we start moving on from there. Now, the next step is we're asking people to hit that bell notification. That way they can be notified of their content. You need to do more than just putting out content of your service. You need to do more than just putting it out for your Bible study. You need to start cranking out content. I am working the same way with Pastor Taylor, to where we're going to be doing not just Bible study, not just Sunday. We're talking about doing roundtables. We're talking about doing podcasts, where we are producing content to make it worthwhile for people to want to watch. Because think about it. If the only thing you're putting up is your service and your Bible study, that's 2 days out of the week. And I doubt the content you're putting out for those services are 24 hours long. So you're literally giving them maybe 1 or 2 hits a week to watch your stuff. What TV show, what TV network do you watch where you only watch 2 TV shows for the entire week? What do you do the rest of that time? The content that is coming out of your ministry needs to be bingeable, meaning that you are producing something. It doesn't have to be long. It just has to be fully packed, and somebody is getting something out of it. It can be lifestyle. You can be highlighting members. It can be having your pastor just talk about real talk. It could be you interviewing the members in your ministry. You can be using it to have your musicians just play music and have a 30-minute jam session or whatever. You can record choir rehearsal. You can use that as a recruitment tool for people to show what's going on. The sky is the limit. We talked about this before. Your media ministry, your online presence, is you have your own television network, and you can produce as many shows as time and imagination will allow you to do. So don't just settle for what the ministry to the left or the right do. Hey, step out, try and do something new. Hey, it doesn't hurt if nobody watches it. Hey, you learn something, then you adjust and try something else again. That's what you need to do. You're not just going to get 1,000 subscribers. I don't care how powerful your ministry is, how good that word is. Guess what? Somebody else's word is better than yours. And again, we're not about being in competition with other ministries. We want to say, hey, we want to offer more content. And again, it's not a competition because, hey, just like my channel, you can subscribe to my channel and 20 other 500. It does not take away from if your members are subscribed to your channel and a bunch of other ministries. It's like you buy magazines. You just don't want to buy one and just are done with everything. So get in that mindset that it's not about competing against each other. You want to produce value in the content that you have, and also be creative with what you're doing. You know, if again, and don't, to take off of what my friend Elder Kyle in his book, Emergency, you want to reach all the generations, make content that's applicable for all the generations. Not just, and I'm saying this in love, not just boring lectures. Yes, some people like that. I'm down for that on certain points, but that's not all the time. You need to create different content to win the like, to win the subscribe. You just can't expect people to do that just doing the bare minimum. All right. So let's go back over our goals first. Whatever your amount of members that are in the ministry, that are in the house, the goal is to try to get 95 to 100% of those numbers as likes, follows, or subscribers to the channels that you are streaming to. Use the algorithm to kick in and start offering that content out to other people. Let the algorithm work for you. And then also go to the workshop and start creating new content. It is nothing the matter with throwing some mud up against the wall to figure this stuff out. I remember Sean Cannell, a guy I follow from Think Media, said this a long time ago. If you haven't put up 100 forms of video or something like that, you really haven't even started. So if you only got 20 videos and you're like, how come nobody's followed? You still got 70, 75 to 80 more to go. Aim for 100, not just 100 church services, 100 different forms of content. All right. That's what you got to aim for. So I know I'm shotgunning right now because I just want to hurry up and get this out, because we're going to start working on more stuff. Because again, I'm doing the same thing in our ministry. As starting out with Signs and Wonders, we have 30 people on our subscriber on our YouTube channel. We're working to crank that up, and we have to create other content to make it show that, hey, we're just not doing the bare minimums. We need to crank it up. That's for all of us. All right. So let me know down below, what other things are you doing? What other ideas that you have? Because again, we're not competing with each other. We're complementing each other, so that way that all of us can learn. Because if you get more people, I get more people, guess what? We all win. The kingdom wins. That's what it's about. Kingdom mindset. It's not a kingdom mindset as in my little kingdom. No, it's the kingdom mindset of all of us working together to move forward, to reach and impact more people. So if you're about this, about trying to move forward and get to that roadmap of 1,000, make sure you have that subscribe button hit. Make sure you have the like on this video. Make sure you have bell notifications, because we're coming out with more content focused on the roadmap to get our ministries to 1,000, because there are so many other things that open up for your ministry on these platforms when you get to a certain number. And that's what we're pushing for. So let me know what you're doing. Let me know if you're in for this whole thing. Leave your ministry down below, and we're going to hold each other accountable so that we can do that, folks. Set the goal. Set the goal. The goal is we're aiming for all of our ministries to have 1,000 followers, 1,000 likes for our channel, 1,000 subscribers. And because that means that's beyond the members in your ministry. We talk about reaching beyond the four walls. This is going to do it. If you ain't got 1,000 people in your ministry, guess what? Well, actually, if you have 1,000 people in your ministry, aim for that. Then you need to push it up to maybe 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever. We need to stretch beyond where we're comfortable, because that's where growth happens. All right. If you like this type of content, I appreciate a like. Consider subscribing. Hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. We will catch you on the next video. Later.